guys, I'm going to send a video, but here's basically we've had a lot of questions about this, right? Facebook's always up to crazy things. So on this call here in just a second, I'm going to send you guys a video that shows you how to do this in your message tags. So don't worry about wanting to know like how to do it and that kind of stuff. I'm actually going to post a video in the chat so you guys can just use that video for how to change some of your message tags if you guys are getting these warnings from Facebook. But Facebook has been doing a lot of changes over the last couple of weeks. Feels like every week we say that because every week they roll out even more changes and things are crazy. I even had one of my Facebook pages literally get banned from using Facebook ads. And I'm like, I didn't even do anything new. It was the same ads have been running for a long time. And also they just banned me, right? So going through that whole like request, which is happening multiple times. They've like kicked me off of Facebook and all kinds of stuff. And then every time when I finally get a human being to look at it, they come back and say, oh, sorry about that. Looks like that was our bad. Sorry for any inconvenience. Then they put me back on. So Facebook does a lot of stuff. They make a lot of mistakes, unfortunately. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. But first, before we do that, man, I want to open it up. Let's talk stories and you know, have you guys, man, anyone getting saved this weekend? Anyone getting baptized? People showing up? Any cool stories of prayers? Let's get started with that first.
Well, Doug, hey guys, last week you guys probably heard me say about all those notifications I was getting on the call. Here's what's incredible. I added 123 people to ManyChat last week.
Bro,
like crazy. I don't know what happened. The funny thing is, Business Suite says I added 37 between the two ads. So we had 12 plan your visits, 11 guests last Sunday, 9 came from ads, 2 decisions in person, 1 online, and 2 people completed Growth Track. I've got 7 more plan your visits for Sunday. So we are celebrating what Jesus is doing. I'll tell you that.
Bro. I love it, Doug. Man, that is awesome. Man, people get saved. Dude, that's why we do it, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's incredible and so fun. Our team is fired up about what's going on. And so yeah, it's really neat. After I got to my destination last week, I think it took me 3 hours to get through all the calls. And the pastor who had gone through his whole list, I could relate to. I had to stop just to get my voice back. But yeah, it was so much fun. Now, ManyChat and what's going on with all my notifications there, that's a whole different story. So I'm excited to hear what you're going to say.
Yeah. So, well, and here's what's interesting. So I've been doing Facebook ads for churches since 2014. I've never seen anything like what happened last Wednesday ever. I have no idea what happened, right? But literally, and it was just Wednesday, right? Like Thursday, things kind of went back to normal, and it's been smooth sailing ever since. But we have, at least that we found out, like 8 or 10 churches who had over 100 prayer requests last Wednesday. And then a ton of people who had 60, 70, 80, 90 all in one day, right? So like literally like normally like getting 3, 4, 5 a day. And then all of a sudden 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 prayer requests in one day. Facebook did something. Apparently they corrected it, right? I don't know what it is. I don't know if they just showed it to a bunch more people for free. But the craziest part is not only can we not figure out what it was, because I'm like, whatever that is, let's do that again, right? That's awesome. But the second thing is that it didn't track it inside of Ads Manager, right? So I'm sure any of you guys that saw that pop, like you look at it, you're like, I had 80 prayer requests yesterday, and you look at Ads Manager or whatever, and it says you had 3. And it's like, what? We saw that, like we were jumping into all y'all's accounts and taking a look, and we're like, I mean, I bet Caleb and I spent 3 or 4 hours on Wednesday, most of the afternoon after our coaching call, going, what is going on? And we couldn't figure it out, right? So like, whatever this is, we want to keep doing this. I think it was the best guess, right, that I can do. And I mean, the message boards, nobody else had anything about it. The message boards, Facebook didn't have it. All the social media websites that I check all the time for like new things rolling out and stuff, none of them mentioned it, right? So my best guess is that there was some type of Facebook glitch where they accidentally showed all the prayer ads to a ton of people that needed prayer, and we reached a bunch of people for Jesus for free, right? So let's keep that coming. So I like those kinds of glitches. All right. So do we have any other stories before we go on to some of the Facebook warnings and cover some of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I had for the next two, well, for last Sunday and this Sunday, from that burst of whatever, I had 26 plan your visits, 13 for this past Sunday, 13 this coming Sunday, something like that. And out of those 6 this Sunday, out of those 13, 6 came and 5 gave their life to the Lord. And so we're planning their baptism. And so we're going to see what happens for next Sunday as well.
Let's go, Rob. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah. So I think that when I made those slight changes, like I was telling you about, I think it made my percentages go up too on the chat. But I am blocked too on ManyChat, so I don't know what the deal is on that. So, but yeah, those are my tests. It was incredible. That was incredible. A lot of praying, obviously.
Yeah.
And stuff. And I did have some questions about the Discover Your Purpose. I didn't know if you wanted to discuss that now or at another time or what have you.
Yeah, let's cover it in just a second. Let's talk about some of the tag stuff first, and then let's go in there. So thanks, man. So first off, thanks for sharing, bro. And great job. I mean, what have you? I remember when we were the first 5 weeks. I think you had like something crazy, right? Like 48 plan your visits or something like that, and you had like 22 people join the church in the first 5 weeks, right? Like what are you guys at now? Do you know that number? Oh, I think you're muted here.
So from the start of it, we're at about 119 planned visits. And we were at about 60 members. Now we're about like at 105, something like that. And but what we're working on really is, getting people to stick. That's the But yeah, for the most part, yeah, those are the numbers we've had about 30 to 40 people join.
Okay.
In that period of time.
Bro, I love it, man. That's insane, Rob. Great job, bro. Great job. Okay. All right. Don't let me forget. We'll come back to your Discover Your Purpose question. Let me get into this real quick so that I don't forget. I want to make sure that we cover this. Also, Josh said he had to run. If anyone else has to leave early, I sent a link to the YouTube channel so that you have that in case you need to watch the replay. Let me also find real quick this video that we made for you guys here. Basically, I'm going to drop it in. So this is going to show you. I'm going to show you how to change the messenger tags, but I'm also going to drop this video in here, which shows you how to do it. So that way you guys can just do that. So give me just a second here. I'll be right back. Let me actually I can multitask here while we're doing this. So let me pull this up. So and those of you guys who have gotten warned, or if you have gotten blocked, don't worry about it. We can get you. We're going to walk you through and show you how to what you can do to fix that. It's been a little bit interesting. So again, what Facebook does a lot of times, right, is they make these crazy changes, and then all of a sudden they just kind of leave us to go figure it out, right? So what and sometimes, so some of the changes they made a while back, they're just now starting to enforce. Sometimes they randomly just start doing things that we didn't even know about. So, but here's kind of what it is. So basically, here it is. Okay, found the video here. So this should be the right video. And this is going to walk you through how to do that. Basically, how to change your ManyChat message tags. This is what. So if you guys remember back on March 4th, if you guys were with us that long ago, or if you're new, basically Facebook rolled out a bunch of new changes on March 4th to ManyChat and Messenger. One of the things that they allowed us, or basically stopped allowing us to do, was to contact people outside of a 24-hour window. So basically, if somebody reaches out, they send you a prayer request, or they go through Discover Your Purpose, the 21-day marriage challenge. Right, they go through your ministry ad, they send you a message in Messenger. Now Messenger says, okay, great. They reached out to you So you can talk to them, have a conversation, do whatever you want. Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how your pages go outside of the 24-hour window. They stop allowing you to contact them on like a mass broadcast, right? So it used to be like we'd say, hey, you can send out a broadcast every Sunday, invite people out, right? And what we recommend was every other Sunday, right? And then we said, hey, just do it once a month. Now we recommend not doing broadcasts at all. And the reason is Facebook has been enforcing that. And so if you are sending out a broadcast saying, hey, come on out to church, or hey, we're getting ready to go live and check it out, what they're doing is they're saying, hey, you can't do that. And then that's where you're getting warnings. And then sometimes your page will temporarily get blocked. Usually it'll only get blocked for 24 hours. Longer than that, they'll have one where you can actually go in there and you just say, you can actually request to have it unblocked. So far, we've got a 100% success rate with that. Every church that has gone in and done that, they've unblocked them, right? Because Facebook knows that we're trying to figure this out and that they've made a lot of changes and they're starting to block people. So they know a lot of those changes are the things that we've done have been unintentional, right? I mean we as the church, right? We go in there and we're doing everything. One of those is the message tags. So that's why what's happening is all of the message tags automatically would get set up as either like an account update or I think most of them were just like an account update, right? That's how they were kind of default doing. So what you have to do now, actually spend some time with a Facebook expert talking about this and getting to the bottom of it. And that's why I made that video. So in the chat, you guys can see that Loom video that kind of walks you through how to do it. I'm going to share my screen and show you how to do it. And it's pretty simple, but that way you guys have that video you can actually walk through. So I'm going to pull up an account here real quick and show you guys where you need to go to do that here. So Rob, you were mentioning you had changed some different things and added some things to yours. You probably just need to double check what the message tags are, and I'm going to show you how to do that really quick. And then you're going to see why it was going up that way. So let's do this.
So is it the same thing when you're blocked in ManyChat? Is that the same thing you're talking about? Because I'm getting the ads to work. Okay.
Yep. So ads are working. It's just going to be inside of ManyChat that this is happening. So let me show you guys that we'll basically kind of go in. Again, that video kind of streamlines it, but let me show you what to do. So I'm going to share my screen here. So again, if you're already blocked or something like that, what you want to do is you just want to go in and you can just request to get unblocked. A lot of times they're going to unblock you automatically after 24 hours. If that hasn't happened, go in and request to be unblocked. And like I said, so far we've seen every single church do it, right? Just if they even ask the reason, just say, hey, I apologize. I think I messed up, right? I might've accidentally violated something. Just let me know what I did and I'll change everything. Facebook's pretty good about that. From a messenger side standpoint and the ManyChat and everything. Sometimes they can be weird on your ads account, which is a totally different beast, which is what I'm dealing with right now. But all the ManyChat stuff is pretty simple. So here's what you're going to do. When you first log in, right, you're going to log into ManyChat and you're going to go to your dashboard. You're going to come down here to automation. And in there, go into the how can I pray for you flow, right? So go into whatever flow it is that you are using, which is probably the how can I pray for you plus ManyChat. If you don't discover your purpose, you want to go into that one as well. All right, and let me move this here. All right, so you have all these message flows. So what you want to do is just click edit flow. And you're just going to go to each one of these boxes. Again, this is really simple. So you're going to click on this first box right here. We click on that, pulls it up here. Let's get this out of there. There we go. Okay, so, and it says right here, content type, confirmed event update. So that's what it was. So this is the closest thing to what we have, right? Because once people plan a visit, right, confirmed event update, they're kind of confirming that. What Facebook says is, no, that's not good enough. Basically, you have to just change this to other. So it's super easy. You can probably do this in about 30 seconds inside your account. You'll go to every single one of them. So all you do is you're going to go to this, click the drop down, right? So that misuse of tags may result in your page being suspended by Facebook. That's what's happening is they're saying, hey, these aren't tagged correctly. We want you to tag them. So all you have to do is just go to other, right? Other, that content type will work as long as they're in the 24-hour window. Anything outside of the 24-hour window that's tagged as other won't work. But all of this happens right when they first message us. So we're good. So this is the correct way to do it. So for that one, so we clicked on that box. That one's at other. Then you want to click on this box. Same thing, confirm update. We click to other. We go up to this one. I'm just clicking on it. Change this to other. Here we go. This one, click on it, change to other. And then the last one down here, click on that box, change it to other. And then all you have to do from there is click publish and you're done. Okay, so literally it's going to take you 30 seconds. It's just going into that flow and you just click on the box and then you change the content type, that's your message tag, to other with that little funnel thing, and then you're good to go. All right, so yeah, what's up, Rob?
I couldn't get into that. It had, when I was going into my mini chat, it wouldn't even let me hit my dashboard, my dash button.
Well, here, I'll just pull up your account real quick and see what's up. But so probably one of the things you have to do, if you go into there and you're clicking on those boxes, it's not pulling up. It's because you have to click edit flow in the top right. And I know you've kind of customized some stuff in here. Let's see. Yeah. So like I just went in your account, I clicked on audience. I'm clicking on automation and then going to like discover your purpose. And I'm in there. It looks like you can do everything. So
Okay.
yeah. All you have to do is just jump in there. So like discover your purpose has a bunch of different boxes in there, right? Because it's a quiz and the decision tree is pretty big. But so all you have to do is go in there and basically just make sure to click on every single box, change it to other, and then publish once you've done everything. And literally you're 100% compliant. Facebook's good with you and everything's good. So if you've been warned, you want to go change this. If you haven't been warned, you want to go change this. If you've been blocked, you want to go change this, right? It's best just to go in there. Super easy to do. But that's gonna, and again, we made that little video so you can follow along with that video, but that's why you're getting warned right now is either number one, you're sending out those broadcasts, or number two, you need to update the message tags. So, and here's the thing, you guys know Facebook, right? Like at some point they're going to change more stuff in the future and we'll have to keep going in and tweaking and adjusting and that kind of stuff. But Facebook always has the end user's best interest in mind, right? So like what they're always trying to do is they're trying to make sure that those 2.6 billion people that are on Facebook, every single time they log in, they're having a better experience. The whole reason they made some of the changes, like even the 24-hour window, was because there were businesses out there who were just spamming people, and they just spam them every single day for months, right? Not everybody realizes that they can subscribe. So because a bunch of people took advantage of it, right, and a bunch of spammers used it, then Facebook says, okay, that's not a good experience for our users, so we're going to create this 24-hour window, which is going to keep spammers from being able to hit them every single day. Right. So for us, no big deal. We're working on a lot of different innovative pieces and building things on, just so you guys know, like Caleb and I are freaking pumped about some of the stuff that we're doing that we haven't even told you guys about that's coming. And but so the whole idea, just a sneak peek behind the curtain, we believe the future is an omni-channel inbox. Okay. And so what that means is ManyChat has basically won. There's a bunch of different chatbot builders out there. ManyChat has won the war, right? There's a bunch of them who have been going out of business lately, that kind of stuff. It's because ManyChat is the top dog. They won the race. They're going to live on forever, right? And what they've been doing is now it's not just Facebook Messenger, but they've also brought in SMS. So you have texting. You also have email, right? So now we have this omni-channel inbox where we can communicate with people on three different ways, 3 different platforms, 3 different inboxes. This is going to change the game moving forward. So a lot of the stuff that we used to do that we had to change March 4th, like for instance, one of the things we created back in the day was a 30-day prayer follow-up, right? So every single person that got prayed for 30 days later got an automated message. So you didn't have to remember to do it. They just automatically got one, and it pulled in their first name and said like, hey, John, this is Pastor Chris. And about a month ago, you submitted a prayer request that said, whoosh, and it automatically pulled in their prayer request, said, I just wanted to follow up with you and see how it's going. Right. And then you could re-engage people that way. And we could get people, well, with March 4th, we can't do that anymore. We're going to be able to do that moving forward with texting. Right. So we can still build some of those pieces into texting. Same thing with like the 21-day marriage challenge. Instead of them just getting a PDF, we can actually set it up so they get a text every single day with their daily challenge and things like that. So there's a lot of really, really cool, innovative things coming. ManyChat's been making all kinds of really, really cool, innovative changes. And that switch to an omni-channel inbox is going to change the game. So just so you guys know, there's a lot of really, really cool stuff. Even follow-up systems and all kinds of stuff can be built into ManyChat now. You won't need any other like third-party integrations or anything like that. Could be a complete game changer. I'm not going to say anything more, but it could be a game changer. We're really pumped. We're working on that. And some things are in beta, some things are rolling out. So it's a pretty cool deal. So All right, let's do this. I saw Josh had his hand up. I want to answer that. I want to answer Rob's question about discover your purpose, and then we'll do some more Q&A here and answer any other questions. Again, just a reminder, if you guys are joining us here, we put a link, a Loom video in there that has in case you missed that or you weren't really paying attention, you've got that video you can watch. It's going to walk you through how to change your message tags, which is going to keep you compliant. And again, we're saying, hey, don't do broadcast anymore. If you want to do a broadcast, just choose sponsored message. You just have to pay Facebook a couple bucks, and then they'll let you set out basically a broadcast, but it says sponsored message on it. No big deal. It's just like a Facebook ad, but it's actually inside of it. It's basically the new way to do broadcast. That way you stay compliant. If you do a broadcast to everybody, Facebook doesn't like it anymore and they'll flag your account. But if you use their sponsored message and just pay them a couple bucks, then they're great with it. And you can send it out to every single person on your messenger list. Okay. Josh, what's up, bro? How can we help?
Hey, so question on the messaging and tagging. I fell way behind on my things. I'm trying to catch up, and I got in Facebook trouble last week for trying to catch up, I think. After the initial 24 hours, if you haven't responded to them, do I have to go through and tag each one of them something different so I can respond to them? I mean, I was just trying to chat with some of them, and before it was, you could just go through Facebook Messenger and go through every single one of them and contact them. But I was getting flagged for even contacting people that I've had previous conversations with in the past because I haven't contacted them in 24 hours. How is that working now?
So unless they've made a change, you still should be able to contact them one-on-one through Messenger or through ManyChat, and you should be okay. Now, they may have changed that again. They're rolling out changes all the time. Facebook's mantra is literally move fast and break things, right? So they just roll stuff out and then let us figure it out as we go. And sometimes
go through and retag everything as other, and then go back to catching up.
Yep.
We work.
That's what I would do, and I think it's going to be okay. I think you should still be able to go one-on-one. We've always been able to, and again, unless Facebook just recently changed it, you should be able to go to. You can't send out broadcasts or anything like that, but you can still go back in and kind of get caught up.
After last Wednesday when we got all that influx, I got like 31, and I'm not paying that much into it right now. Our state's pretty much shutting back down again, and we're in an interesting transition period. I think Aaron dealt with that too. He knows what that's like to be shut back down and so forth. But it was after Wednesday I started getting the warning. So I kind of just backed off until I got some more information about what's going on.
Yeah, I would make sure to change all those message tags first. Then once all those are good, then go back and you should be able to do those one-on-one conversations. If for some reason they're not, just start doing it now for all the people on the side of the 24 hours. But you should be good to contact them one-on-one.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, absolutely. All right, Rob, what was your discover your purpose question?
So I had an idea, but I didn't know if you wanted me to share it now or.
Yeah. Let's talk about it, man.
Okay. So you know how you have it with the triangles, the square, the circle.
Yeah.
I was wondering if it's possible to some way put in a real survey. Like some of the surveys that they give at church to kind of plug them in.
Yeah.
You do this questionnaire and then it relays your answer. Is there like a creative way? And what do you think about that idea? Do you, as far as doing something like that?
Rob, Chris, you want me to? I'll talk real quick.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm working. Maybe you can talk because I'm working on a couple things. We do the growth track and we do a disc analysis, and I only do a 5-question one really quick.
Yeah,
and it's a little bit different. That's going to be outside. It's going to be kind of like the purpose, but it's going to be outside of that. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it as a follow-up flow for those who already came into the Discover Purpose and engage with me, because if I'm going to spend relational equity with them, I want to make sure that they're already in on the front end and not just in on the back end. So we can talk about that, but I'm in the works of putting together something to build our team even further. So when we do the comeback relaunch that we're trying to do for our church, we build a large team for that. So anyways, get with me. We'll talk about
I'll send you my number. Is that good? Did you hear me?
That's perfect. Yeah, get with Aaron. You guys work that out, and then let me know what you guys find out and what you figure out here, because we're always looking to innovate, try new things. So I love that.
Okay.
All right. So Let's see. We had a question here in the chat from Daniel. Said, is there a difference between the tags you're currently discussing, changing to other, and the tags in the sections in the settings section of ManyChat? Yes, Daniel, totally different. So basically, the tag in the settings section is basically tags that you want to apply to people, right? So like if someone plans a visit, you're saying, okay, perfect. Add a plan your visit tag to that person. If they submitted a prayer request, put a prayer request tag on that person. If they went through the Discover Your Purpose quiz, give them a Discover Your Purpose tag. So that way you can go through each person and see what tags they have. The tags that we just talked about are actual message tags. And those are basically each message that we're sending, to the person has to be one of those 4 message tags, basically letting Facebook know what type of a message you're sending those people.
Okay, so the one is for within ManyChat, and the other is basically you're telling Facebook what kind of message you're sending so that you stay compliant.
Yep. One is for messages, one is for people. Exactly. Perfect.
Chris, when you get a second, I'm new, guys. Hey, just establishing the system, and I've got some kind of specific questions. Is that something that I need to address here, or is that something I want to do individually through email?
Yeah, absolutely. What can we do for you, man?
Okay. I got a message yesterday. I haven't turned on the ad yet because I wanted to clear some things up, but I got a message yesterday that started with "Get Started." It was a message from somebody messaging our church, and it said the words "Get Started," which sounds like a button that they would have pushed, but I haven't put anything in there. I'm just wondering where I can figure out where that came from. I dabbled with ManyChat a year or two ago, so there may be some settings left over in there that I just haven't figured out how to fix.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I'd start with your Facebook page. Usually those come from your Facebook page. Like usually somewhere on your Facebook page, it'll have some type of a link to Messenger or something like that. And that's usually like the first keyword that they have is "Get Started."
Mm-hmm.
So it's also possible, since you dabbled with ManyChat, just like you said, it might be something from like a leftover keyword that you set up a while back or something like that.
Okay.
Because we don't do anything with "Get Started." So
well, she's now in my audience section in ManyChat. So somehow she subscribed, and we just turned it on yesterday. So I see Joshua's shaking his head up there like he knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, more than likely it has something to do with your Facebook page, like somewhere on there, and you look in like Facebook's weird. They have 3 different places that they have Messenger settings. I don't know why they make it so dumb, but it makes it nice and confusing. So basically, if you go on like in a desktop and you can go into your settings on your church Facebook page, and they have one that says like messaging or messenger, right? And they have some settings in there. Then they also have advanced messaging, which has a bunch more settings. Or sometimes you have to go to your inbox, right? Your actual church Facebook page inbox, and then they have some more settings in there. So somewhere in there is probably it probably has like a greeting of "Get Started" or a button or something like that that's showing to certain people when they first started, when they first start messaging you. So you can just go in there and turn that off, and then you're good to go.
Okay. The next question I have is, can I use things like the default reply, the welcome message, the main menu, which currently was active on my ManyChat account before, or does the plan your visit / prayer thing, does that mess with the current setup?
Yeah, it'll mess with it. I wouldn't mess with any of that kind of stuff.
All that off.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah, turn all that off.
All right. Next question. In the ad, it says "Hi Oxford" because that's the name of our church and that's the name of our immediate area. But within 5 miles, I've got 4 other city names. What's the best way to reword that so that it doesn't look like I'm just talking to somebody from our specific 1 mile radius?
Don't reword it. It's better to be super specific, because people that are into the surrounding areas, like they're not going to go like, so for instance, like here, like we say "Hey Tulsa," even though it's running to Broken Arrow, Bixby, Sand Springs, always, right? People that all know that they're in the Tulsa area, right? Or even if somebody said like, "Hey, what's up, Sand Springs?" Right? If you're in Jenks, you're like, "Yeah, it's right down the road." Nobody freaks out. But if you try to say like, "Hey, South County," nobody talks like that, and nobody says that, right? Like,
so there's no need to get that specific.
Yeah, no need, because people know what you're talking about. The whole reason for having that call out is just so people know that you're local and you're not like, a random like, "Hey, married peeps" or something like that, right? It's like, okay, like that could be from someone anywhere in the world, right? By saying like, "Hey Tulsa" or whatever, it's just like, oh, okay, cool. It's the Tulsa area, so no reason to change that. Just leave it the way it is.
Okay. And the last thing is, I'm not our lead pastor. I'm the online campus pastor is my official title. That's brand new. We're still trying to figure all that out. But the ad says I'm the pastor. Is that my pastor doesn't mind so much, but I don't want to mislead anybody into thinking I'm the pastor. Is that worth even worrying about?
I wouldn't if the ad's working and everything, because you can go in and change the ad, but it'll throw off the algorithm, right? The only reason I would change it is if your pastor's like, hey, I'm not cool with that. Then you definitely want to do whatever your pastor says.
Yeah.
If he's not worried about it, the only change you would make if you're gonna do it is just say, hey, what's up? I'm Daniel. I'm one of the pastors here, right?
Okay.
Like we've done that for a bunch of our pastors and stuff at Guts. But
Okay.
right now,
Because I'm the one that's going to be answering.
right. So I wouldn't mess with it though, right? Like just when you start talking to people inside of messages, like, yeah, I'm one of the pastors here at the church, right? You don't even have to say online pastor and that kind of stuff, right? People just want to know they're talking to a pastor.
Hey, pastor.
Yeah. Hey, I'm one of the pastors here. Oh, great.
Got it. Okay. That pretty much sets me up.
Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect. I think Andrew, you had a question, didn't you?
Yeah, I've missed the last 3 or 4 Zoom calls, and so this may have been something that's already covered, and you had touched on it, but I hadn't heard anything about the Facebook warnings, but of course got the emails and saw it on ManyChat, and so I emailed Heather and just got the response of, hey, they got it taken care of and got it fixed for you. So I didn't try to go in and change anything. When you just screen shared and went through the edit flow, all of mine say other already. So
Okay.
I'm assuming you guys fix it for me, and therefore is that basically all of it, it's all taken care of?
Yeah, so Heather probably, so at first we started, anyone who emailed, we tried to just take care of it for you. Then we just started getting, because we built this out for a little over 400 churches. Then we just got so slammed with the inbox. We're like, oh shoot, we better make a video and show people how to do this because we couldn't keep up. So you must have been one of the lucky few that emailed us right away. So
Yeah, I was fixed, I guess.
yeah, so you're good to go. We fell behind and couldn't keep up. So, but yeah, if it already says other, then you're good to go, man.
Awesome. Hey, just one more quick question. Are you saying, again, I missed the last few, but are you saying don't use broadcast at all anymore?
Correct. Broadcast, like basically Facebook has kind of said, hey, the whole idea of broadcasting is basically, I'm actually shocked that it's still an option. The only reason it's an option is like, you can use a broadcast to send out to everyone that's messaged you in the last 24 hours. But as soon as they're outside of that 24-hour window, you can't do it anymore. And so, yeah, so basically the new way to do broadcast is just with a sponsored message. It's almost like, you can think of it kind of like a boosted post inside of ManyChat, right? That goes to people in Messenger. So the way that you can put a post on your Facebook page and then pay $20 to boost it out to people who like your page. Now you can basically do that same kind of thing where you're just using what did I just call it? A promoted post or
Yeah, like a boosted post.
yeah. It's inside of gosh, now I'm blanking on the name of what it is here, but yeah, inside of broadcasting, here it is. Inside of broadcasting, you can actually do it, and I forget what it's called, but I think it's called a sponsored post or something like that, right?
Yeah, just paid messages is another.
Yeah, paid messages. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. And do you happen to have a video that you guys have already made about that, since broadcasting it's going to kind of take the place of broadcasting? Do you have something that's kind of showed, or y'all may have already talked through using that paid message?
No, but we can make something on that. It's pretty simple. If you go in and literally just click paid messages, it literally walks you through how to do it. And
Okay.
I believe it's even connected to your ad account, so that you should be good to go. If not, it'll literally walk you through just how to create like a little ad account in there inside of ManyChat, connected to your Facebook page, and it's all really simple. But
All righty, I'll take a look at it.
yeah, it's just like a broadcast. Just now you're now it just has like a little thing that says sponsored. And so I actually prefer it because now we know, okay, there's no way we're ever going to get flagged if we just go through that, right? So every time you want to invite a bunch of people out, like maybe once a month, you want to use a little bit of money to just invite people out to your live stream or invite people out to church, but you want to do it for like Christmas and then maybe like your January sermon series, right? You might want to do it for like a relationship or a marriage conference in February, whatever it is. You just know, okay, cool. Whenever we have something we want to promote, we can just use those paid messages inside of ManyChat, and you can reach every single person that's on your messenger list, which is pretty cool.
People find it to be pretty successful. Pretty good response from those.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can attach buttons in there. You can even send. I think you can send videos. There's like an online marketer that I follow that uses it all the time. And I love it because he always sends really good stuff. So, and I actually look at it, right? I miss all of his emails because, email open rates are like 15%, but messenger open rates are still 93%. So using that paid message is a great option.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. Let me see. Let me check out the chat here. I know we got some, got a couple of questions coming in here. Let's see. Oh, all right. I think most of this you guys have been talking about. Do we have any other questions here? I know we're a little bit past time, but I want to make sure we get everyone's questions answered on this front, whether it's about message tags or plan your visit or how it's all, how the Facebook ministry ads are working, discover your purpose, anything like that. Going once, going twice. All right, perfect. Mills says, Andrew, will you pray for us before we get out of here, bro?
Yeah, had to find my mute button.
Perfect.
All right, will do. Let's pray, guys. Heavenly Father, we love you. Lord, thank you for the opportunity to fellowship with these guys. And Lord, I just pray that as each of us get up here from our desk, Heavenly Father, as Wednesdays oftentimes can be busy days, Lord, I pray that you guide them through the Holy Spirit. Lord, I pray that their heart, as they continue to look towards serving you and living for you, Lord, and spreading the gospel, Lord, I pray that you bring fruit to it. Lord, we're going to thank you for it. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate y'all coming out. Man, I hope that was helpful today. And if you guys have any more questions or anything, you think of anything as soon as we get off here, just shoot it over to Heather@churchgrowthagency.com.